I want to start this video off by saying this is for people who are obsessed with the meta and play by that rather than just getting characters you love. This is for people who play the gacha solely to get cards to fill their team slots and don't care about characters as long as they have the strongest team. I think any card can work for your team if you put in the work, and this is to help you better understand the card and put it in the right team for both you and that card. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you're already well versed in meta and gameplay, so I'm not going to explain basic gameplay stuff. If you're new and don't know mechanics yet, I have videos on that to fill in some gaps. Ignihide Gear Ordo is an SSR attack unit. He's available via a limited time rate-up banner, but he'll also get added to the standard pool after this banner, so you're not pressured to get him within a small time frame. If you choose to pull for him, I suggest doing it now because of the rate-up though, but know that if you don't get him now, this isn't your last chance. Ordo can be built like any normal card. He'll need to be level 40 and Vignette level 3 to be groovied, and that will use up 5 soul candy. Ordo is kind of in the middle when it comes to stats. He's not terrible by any means, but he's not the strongest card. His max HP is 9,124 and his max attack is 6,094. When it comes to attack SSRs, the current average max HP and power is 8,815 and 6,243, so Ordo is a little above average for HP and pretty much around the average when it comes to power, a little less, but basically around there. Like pretty much every single other SSR, Ordo's skills are attached to his first spell. At level 1, he has a minor damage boost that lasts 1 turn. At level 5, it lasts 3 turns. At level 10, it graduates to a moderate power boost and lasts 3 turns. Ordo's spell 1 is Flame Blast, doing strong fire damage, and like we just discussed, his skills are tied to this spell. His spell 2 is Water Shot 2 for levels 1 to 9, and then at level 10, it graduates to Aqua Wave 2. Water Shot 2 does weak water damage, but Aqua Wave 2 does strong damage. To absolutely no one's surprise, Idia is Ordo's duo magic partner. He also provides Ordo a moderate power boost. His other buddy bonuses are a minor HP boost with Deuce and Leona. Because Ordo's kind of in the middle of the road, he's not a card where I'd say you should prioritize one buddy over the others and ignore the others. When putting Ordo into a team, pick whether you want to prioritize HP or power for him and then place teammates accordingly. Ordo is honestly kind of a weird card. He's kind of average in most aspects, but finding alternatives to him at this time in the game is basically impossible. He might be average in a lot of ways, but overall, all these things together make him unique, and you're not going to be able to find a great alternative for a while. There are a couple JP exclusive cards that are closer to him in stats and especially spells. There's only one attack SSR alternative when it comes to spells. Yeah, I have no idea how that happened. But Ordo's just an enigma, I guess? My suggestions for alternatives as of now would be Halloween Costume Jade, Dorm Uniform Jamil, Dorm Uniform Jack, and Suitor Suit Ace. Halloween Costume Jade has a higher HP than Ordo at a max HP of 9,148, but then his attack is slightly lower at 6,076. Both have Aqua Wave, but Jade has it as his first spell and does not have any fire spell. His skill is also a power drain on foes as opposed to a damage boost. They share no buddy bonuses. If you're looking for similar stats and a water spell and you have no preference on what slot that spell fills, Jade might be a good option for you. Jamil has a lower max HP than Ordo, but a higher max attack at 6,133 compared to Ordo's 6,094. They both have a fire spell, but like with Jade, Jamil's second spell is Fire Shot 2 and later Flame Blast 2 as opposed to Ordo's Flame Blast. Their skills are also different, which Jamil has a damage cut to foes and not a damage boost to himself. They also share no buddies. If you don't care about the water spell and are more interested in fire spells and similar stats, Dorm Uniform Jamil might be a good alternative for you. Jack has a lower max HP than Ordo but higher attack. I'm sure you're all surprised at that, we haven't seen that before. However, Jack does have more in common with Ordo than Jade or Jamil. They both have Flame Blast as their first spell, although their second spells differ. Jack's skill is a power boost to himself, which, while it's not a damage boost, it's arguably closer to Ordo's skill than the others. They also share a buddy bonus as they both work well with Leona, and they even have the same bonus of a minor HP boost. Unfortunately, though, Leona's the only buddy they share. And finally, we have Suitor Suit Ace. To be honest, I initially only chose Ace for this list because they're both attack cards and they have the same exact spells. Ace doesn't have any special skills and his max HP is lower than Ordo's, but his max attack is considerably higher than Ordo's at 6,779. They also share Idia as a buddy bonus and the fact that it's a power boost, but Idia only gives Ace a minor boost compared to Ordo's moderate. He's also not Ace's duo magic partner. I would argue at the moment Ace is the closest to a dupe we can get for Ordo. I will say though that when they come out, New Year's Ruggy and Bloom Birthday Jade are actually a little bit closer to Ordo stat-wise, but at the moment, Ace is your best option for a dupe. I know I already said it, but Ordo's just a weird card. You can't easily dupe him, but he has a lot of things that I think most of us would consider average. I think it's honestly just the combination of things that work together to make him so unique. Like always, if you want to go for him, I would go for it, especially since he's not exactly dupeable unless you're okay with making a number of concessions. Which, at that point, whether or not you want to even consider it a dupe is honestly up in the air. Ordo fills a very specific spot, and I think if he either fills that niche for you or you don't want to make compromises on alternatives, you should go for him. And that'll be it for me. If you try for Ordo, I hope you get him and get him quickly. And with that, I'll see y'all later. Bye!